Shalom, I hope all of you are doing well. Some of you may know that on Monday, August 18, last Monday, August 18, took place at our home a special forum for teens and young adults, high school and college students about Israel and the media, or the conflict in Israel through Jewish eyes. The Kogans, that was Sylvia's initiative, I must say, invited teens and young adults, college and high school students from Hillcrest for an open discussion on Israel and the media, the conflict in Gaza, the resurgence of anti-Semitism in the world, and how to take a position on the Middle East conflict when you go back to school. And this is a time of going back to school, and when we go back to school, we go to Staples and we get supplies, and we get ready, we buy sometimes new clothing for school, and as parents, we know how to get our children ready to go back to school. But it may be that this is a time that we need to get them ready for a different back to school and a different challenge that is going to happen. And it is happening now over social media, but it's going to happen in person when our children return to high school and college in a few days. And what's going to happen is that our Jewish children, and I say our Jewish children referring to the Hillcrest children, but also it's going to happen all over the United States and all over the world, are going to be faced with questions and challenges that they never heard before. Someone is going to show them a picture of killed Palestinian children and is going to say to them, why did Israel kill these children? How do you explain this killing of over 1,000 innocent Palestinians in Gaza? Why are you taking territories from the Palestinians in Gaza? What are you doing in the Middle East? And I am not sure that our children, many of them who have been sheltered over these, I would say, years, I would say peaceful years that we experienced, I must say that I did not see this strengthening of anti-Semitism and anti-Israeli feelings, I would say maybe since I personally cannot remember being exposed to them, and certainly my children were not exposed to them, and now they need to go back to school and they are going to face these questions, and are they ready to reply? And how they are going to feel when someone confronts them and they will say, I don't know, or what are they supposed to say? And the truth is that the same way we prepare our children with supplies and with pencils to go back to school, we need to prepare them with a discourse and a way to learn about the facts, what's happening on the ground, and what's going on in Gaza, what's going on in Israel, what's going on all over the world, why are they Jewish, and to have a feeling and to have a strong Jewish identity on why is this something important to them. Because it is important to us as parents, and we want that to be important to them. But now is the time, and I think it's a challenge, and I'm challenging you parents and you grandparents as well, to talk to our children and our grandchildren about these questions. And you may not know all the answers. You may feel that you know the answers, you may be struggling with some of these issues yourself, and that's okay. That's okay also to say, listen, I don't know all the answers, son. But you can say, for example, here are some good resources, here are some good places where you can read about, or let's read about it together. We have, for example, at Hillcrest Jewish Center, these APAC brochures called Israel in Maps that give some basic information on the Middle East conflict. You can take them from Hillcrest, you can take it home, you can take it to school. You can take it and discuss it with your children. You can say to your children, listen son, listen grandson, I don't know all these answers, but why don't you go and you talk to Rabbi Kogan? Just call the rabbi and maybe you can, and just present this challenge that you are being faced with to him, and maybe he can help you a little with some answers. So you will feel good about yourself when you go back to school. And you will be able to be proud about being Jewish and being proud about your connection to Israel. And I must say that since my children went in the last 8 years to a Jewish day school, that I don't think that was a real problem for me. But it is a problem for them because they are exposed to social media and different opinions there. They are very different from the opinions that they hear at home. And many of our children go to public schools where they have classmates who are Muslims and they belong to also different ethnicities, and they go to open colleges and universities, and they are going to be challenged there. It is happening now over social media, and it's going to happen in real life when our children and grandchildren, if you have grandchildren, go back to school. And we can just hope that things are going to go away, but I am afraid they may not go away. So the best thing we can do, and the gift that we can give our children and grandchildren, is to teach them who they are and why this connection to their Judaism and the land of Israel is important. And that is why I believe that Jewish communities, synagogues among them, are going to play a very, very vital role in this educational process. So I am opening this, I'm closing this presentation or this recording with an invitation to all of you to learn more about Judaism, to learn more about our connection to Israel, to learn more and to teach your children, to teach them diligently, as we say in the Shema Israel, about this special connection that we have to our people and to the land of Israel. And if you feel that you don't have the tools, please come to me and ask for help. But let's take this as an opportunity. It is a challenge, but it's also an opportunity for growth, for connection, and for strengthening our Jewish and Israeli connection identity. Many blessings, and hopefully we'll hear good news very soon.